Well, I'm back again, and yeah, I'm getting ready to get the dredge out. I got to get this all unpacked, and we'll get down there in this part of the river, on the other side of the island. So I got the Explorer all set up, and I'll get that fired up in just a minute here. I've already ran it and started playing around, touching a little hole in it. It actually works pretty badass. Sorry about my language. But I just wanted to show you where I'm working at here, which is right behind these trees. And you can see here where the water comes through, it just stops, and it's all dead zone right there. That's your fallout zone, where your heavies are gonna fall. Just to show you, there's big rocks, and where stuff like this is gonna fall out at, that's most likely where your good gold's gonna fall out at. Especially when you see big rocks like that. Nice smooth rocks. So yeah, this is a pretty decent little spot to dredge. And yeah, this is the good indication of the heavy dropout zone right here. So let me get the camera set up here, and let's get to dredging. So I'm on my second tank of gas. I've got to the bottom of this one already on this side. I'm just gonna keep going that way, back towards those bigger rocks. I already hit a clay bottom, so we're just gonna clean up that clay. I'm gonna set you guys up here, get this running, and get back at it. Well, I'm done on the third tank of gas, getting ready to disassemble everything, and I think I might play around with the RPE sluice for a little bit. So let's play around with the RPE sluice a little bit. I'm gonna bring you guys in closer and let you watch. Yeah, I always bring multiple things with me when I go, just in case something like that happens. And what happened was my water pump stopped sucking water, and I couldn't figure out where the clog was, so I just had to take it home and figure it out. But that gives us a chance to play around with this RPE sluice a little more. I could just use my S&E fold up again, but with the miner's moss and the carpets, that's just way too much material once you're done. And since I'm running the sluice, the material that I get out of the sluice when I get home, I'll actually pan that out for you guys. I might pan out the other material too as well, but I'm gonna run that through a high banker since there's so much of it, or a cleanup sluice, and then I'll pan it out. I'm on bucket number 2. Starting to look better. This time I took a bucket from the opposite side of the creek this time. I like to do that once in a while. Do some random jump around buckets just to see what's in each one of those little areas. I've been watching on the indicator mat, and I know there's gold from here, and I know there's gold from there, but I'm just not seeing it there. So we'll keep working on it. We'll see you in a bit. And I'm on to my first speck of gold with the RPE sluice from the opposite side of the creek this time. Right there. Let me take you guys off here, see if I can show you. And try to get you guys back on the tripod without dropping this phone in the water. Yeah, right there at the tip of my finger. Right at the corner edge of it. Right there. So, yeah, let's take some more from the other side. Well, we're on to bucket number 3, and we're almost out of here. Starting to see some gold in the indicator mat down here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Yep, covered them up now. Yeah, I can still see them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and a new one. So, I'll get this ran down, and we'll get the other 2 buckets going. And on to bucket number 4. 1 more to go, and then I'm cleaning up and getting out of here. And here's bucket number 5. And yeah, this is the last bucket of the day. I swear. So here we are back at the house. And this is the material from the RPE sluice. Already got it ready. And we're going to go ahead and pan this material down. And you want to shake and stratify this one pretty good because the really small flour gold. So you want to give it a good chance to actually settle out in the bottom. Because this material is pretty coarse, and there's a lot of very coarse black sand, so not all of it's actually going to get to the very bottom. which is why I like to usually run a cleanup sluice. And you can already see there's a lot of black sand in there. And yeah, I didn't classify this material. I threw it straight in the pan from the bucket. A lot of little seashells in here. Well, shells, clam shells, whatever they are. River clams. So I'm going to get this pan down a little bit and I'll bring it right back. Well, we're starting to get there. I'm just going to stop the yapping and just pan. And I'm not going to catch all the gold in the first run. I'll probably most definitely pan back through this. Well, yeah, I will. But I'll do that on another day. I'll just see what I can get out of here for now. Then we'll move on to the dredge cons. I just wanted to do a pan. I haven't done too many actual pans on here. I think a couple of them. But it's just like panning at the creek. Except for I'm in a 100-degree attic. And you just gotta trust your pan. Let the pan do the work. Try not to be aggressive at all with it. Unless your type of style of pan calls for it. Or the type of material from your area. And there is a lot of black sand in there. Well, these are sluice concentrates, so figured there would be. So, yeah, let me get this black sand all taken care of here, and I'll bring you back. And finally, after what seems like many hours of panning, I'm finally getting down to that little bit of black sand that I was waiting to see. And man, is this stuff really coarse, and seems like you keep panning it back. You see lots and lots of specks of sand going down, but it seems like the pile hasn't changed. Definitely a challenge. I don't know if you can see some of the gold showing up in the back here, along the back edge of the sand. Let me finish cleaning it up. I'll be back with you in a minute. So out of the RPE sluice, a bunch of superfly. And look at that heart-shaped garnet. Ain't that cool? Oh, sorry about the light glare. One day I'll get proper lighting. See if I can get a little close up there. Yeah, some real tiny stuff, but check out that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that part's done, and yeah, on to this. Now I'm gonna set up the high banker with the green river mat in it, and we're gonna concentrate it down a little bit more. Okay, so I have my high banker set up and ready. Have it all hooked up. I have my bucket set in there as a catch basin, so that way I can catch the material in there and don't have any clogs into my pump. I have my material set up right here. We're gonna get ready to run it. So let's fire it on. And just a little thing first is, I set my pitch on this at 10 degrees because I found out that with the carpets on there, it works best. I decided to go with the carpets instead because they were already in there, so I didn't feel like monkeying around with it. So let's get you guys a little straightened out here. There we go. Let's fire the pump on and start running some material. Oh, and the app that I use to check my angles is Angle Meter, and you can find that in the App Store. Disclaimer, I'm not affiliated with them in any kind of way. It's just an app I like to use to check my angles on things. So, let me get this fired on, and let's start running some material. Well, the bucket will catch most of what falls. Let me set you up a little different here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Some of it actually makes it past the bucket or onto the floor, but they're just bigger rocks. I can sweep them up. Change the angle on this a little bit. Yeah, if you turn this up here, you can change your water flow a little bit. When I turn it up, it really takes it to the one side, but when I turn it this way, it kind of levels it out a little bit better. So let me feed this through here and we'll get it ready for the next stage. So now I have it transferred down to this bucket. I've already went ahead and classified it down to -1/8 inch. And I threw the tailings over into there. So let me get this ran down and yeah, let's see what we got for dredging. And here's the results of the test run of my DIY dredge. Not too bad. And from what I noticed is the gold on the right side of the creek is definitely a lot chunkier, even though the speck count might not be as high. But I did have that problem with the clog in my pump, and I got to clear an area out, but I didn't actually get to punch it down to the clay like I did the first section. So if I would have got down to the clay, I probably would have had a lot more. And yeah, see, there's the slooper fly again, and that little heart-shaped garnet. Pretty cool. Yeah, not too bad for a little test run and playing around with the sluice. Yeah, I might not get that much gold, and I'm not going to get rich off of it, but I sure had fun. So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on out there.